Okay, day 7. All right, this one has a lot of questions in this one, but you only need the VM. And I've already started the VM up. You're going to open up terminal. You're going to do everything in terminal. The first half of the Try Hack Me room shows you how to do things in a different directory against a different JSON file that you create. I'm going to skip that part and go straight into the questions, okay? So everything from there is going to happen in this directory, Warville logs. All right, so let's jump in. The first question is, what is the other activity made by user glitch aside from the ListObject action? And all of the code is on the page, but since there's so many different commands we're going to be using, I've put them on a different screen there just so I can go back and grab them quickly. But I will put them all up on screen so you can see them. So this is the first one. We're going to get records from the AWS bucket. Warville cares for wheres, okay? And we're just going to look at what's in there. So this should be a list. And in this list, we see a couple of things. I made this all big, so let me scroll up a little bit. But we're looking at what happened besides the list objects, okay? So we see list objects, and then we see put object, and it was glitch. And we know from previous days that glitch is a troublemaker, right? So this put object is interesting. And that is the answer to number 1, is put object, okay? So number 2, the question is, what is the source IP related to the S3 bucket activities of user glitch? Okay, so this is user glitch. So we can find the IP address right here. So the IP address of user glitch is 53.94.201.69. That was number 2. Number 3, the question is, based on the eventSource field, what AWS service generates the ConsoleLogin event? So that is a different command looking through the JSON. So I'm going to go back down to here, and we are going to paste in that command. Again, this is in the Try Hack Me instructions on the the left side of your screen when you do the split screen. All right, so the question again is, based on the event source field, what AWS service generates the ConsoleLogin event? So we're looking for ConsoleLogin, and that the answer should be sign in AmazonAWS.com, because here's ConsoleLogin. We only see it once here, it looks like, and it is signin.AmazonAWS.com. So that's number 3. Number 4 is, when did the anonymous user trigger the ConsoleLogin event? So the when is going to be a date field. These are always a little challenging to type in because they're long and you have to be pretty exact because it goes down to the millisecond. But this is the one you're looking for here. You're going to include the Z at the end of the field here. So it's 2024 11/28 T152154Z. So that is number 4. Okay. Question number 5 is, what was the name of the user who was created by the mcskidy user? All right, so this is a different command, also found. I'm not making any of these up. These are all found in the Try Hack Me instructions. There's just a lot of them, so they may not be easy to find at first. So this one here. We can see if we scroll up, we're going to do a create user. Right here, you see the create user, and the username that was created was glitch. So that's the answer to the 5th question. The 6th question is, what type of access was assigned to the anonymous user? Right, so now we need to, again, run a different command, and this one is in there too. This one is in the instructions too, and it's we're going to look for the event name of attached user policy. Okay. So I'm going to run that. So on an attached user policy, we see that glitch was assigned this policy. So the answer here is actually just the last bit of it, administrator access. So that's what we're looking for the answer for number 6. The answer for the question for number 7 is, which IP address, because this looks like it was the good guys doing this, right? It looks like McSkidy did this, and McSkidy's supposed to be a good guy, so this is weird. And we see McSkidy's coming from 5394.201.69. So the next question is, where does major malware usually come from? Because we think that he's up to no good. So we're going to run a command that basically says, okay, where are people coming from? So, and I want to look at everybody who's coming from this 5394.201.69 because I think it's more than one person. And that would be weird, right? Because that means somebody's using their machine or trying to look like they're someone else. So here's a sign-in from major malware coming from that IP address. Here's one from glitch coming from that IP address. And here's McSkidy, all coming from that IP address. So people are either using somebody else's computer or somehow using that IP address. So that's weird, right? 5394.201.69. So it looks like, somebody came in on McSkidy's, created glitch's profile, attached admin access to it, then listed some policies to make sure that it was right. And then glitch, was in there, and major malware was in there as well. But what's McSkidy's actual IP address? So that one, we're going to run something. We don't want to use the IP address in there, so we got to run a different command because the last command had only that IP address. So this one, we're going to run and find out. So here's this is a lot here, and it's kind of hard to see like this, so I'm going to try to zoom out. Okay, that's a little better. It might be small on your screen, sorry, but let's look at this, right? So here's McSkidy, and we can see if we look at the IP addresses, which are way over here, he actually is logging on 5394.201.69. But if we look further down, he's got some console logins here at 31.210.15.79. So that's actually the answer to number 8. That's McSkidy's actual IP address, not the 5394.201. So someone, glitch or major malware, is logging in from 5394.201 with McSkidy's credentials, making it look like it was him that did it. Right? Okay, so then the last question, question number 9, is what is the bank account owned by major malware? And again, this is at the very bottom of the instructions for the Try Hack Me room. Let's zoom back in here. Oops. Okay, and then we're going to run this command. And again, it's in there, so you can copy and paste from there. That's what it looks like. We're going to go ahead and paste this in and run it. Okay, so here's all these insert statements. He's putting money into his account. And we see it's major malware. It's Wareville bank transactions. Let's see. Here's the account number. So he's always inserting into the same account number. So that is the answer for number 9. All right, I think we ran through it all. Good luck and see you tomorrow.